For years, the technology industry has operated under the assumption of centralized control. It relied on thick barriers, proprietary hardware, guarded legacy code, and capital-intensive AI models that were too large for anyone but the biggest players to build. But in a single week in June 2026, 6 distinct breakthroughs across the globe challenged the permanence of those structures. To understand how these events are changing the landscape, we have to look past the headlines and zoom out, tracing the trend from microscopic circuits to the edge of the universe. These stories signal a shift in how systems are built, where agility and specialized networks replace the dominance of the massive monolith. We start at the microscopic scale. For years, Apple's A12 and A13 chips were viewed as secure hardware foundations. But a physical vulnerability has proven that even silicon has its limits. The USB obliterate vulnerability exploits a USB timing flaw to reach the boot ROM, the chip's first code. Because this code is physically etched into hardware, it cannot be software patched, leaving the device permanently open to custom code. A similar shift is happening at the software layer with OpenAI's Jailbreak initiative. While human security teams might spend weeks manually auditing a complex codebase, the GPT 5.5 cyber model can scan million-line systems for zero-day vulnerabilities in minutes. At the foundations of silicon and code, static barriers have become porous. In an environment of constant discovery, holding a rigid, fixed position is no longer a guaranteed defense strategy. Zooming out to the application layer, the industry recently operated on the belief that whoever builds the largest, most expensive AI model wins. Sakana AI challenged this. Instead of one massive model, Fuku acts as an orchestrator, routing tasks to specialized experts. As this chart shows, Fuku matches frontier systems like GPT-4, but at 1/10 the cost and 3 times the speed. The race for AI video highlights a different kind of friction. OpenAI's Sora remains in limited release, as legal challenges and copyright disputes over massive training datasets create significant bottlenecks. Alibaba took a different path with HappyHorse 1.1. By prioritizing business applications and using strictly licensed data, they moved past the legal gridlock to reach the number 2 spot globally. Within the business ecosystem, the ability to iterate quickly with clear licensing and modular teams is outmaneuvering sheer brute force. On a global scale, traditional Wall Street finance has long relied on centralized systems that operate on a 20th century schedule. Franklin Templeton is shifting this model through its acquisition of 250 Digital, positioning itself to capture the $16 trillion market for real-world assets. Their strategy focuses on tokenization, converting physical assets like real estate and bonds into digital tokens on a blockchain. This allows for fractional ownership and markets that trade 24/7 without the need for traditional manual brokers. This shift toward distributed systems extends even into Earth orbit. In August 2026, the Nancy Grace Roman Space Telescope will launch aboard a SpaceX Falcon Heavy, merging institutional science with commercial flight. While James Webb acts like a deep-field zoom lens, Roman is designed to sweep vast areas of the sky. By capturing a broad 3-dimensional grid of galaxies, it will map dark energy and thousands of exoplanets in a fraction of the time previously required. At the macro level, progress now favors systems that break rigid assets into fractional networks and cast a wider, more agile net over the universe. From the pathways of a smartphone chip to specialized AI networks to the tokenization of global finance and the mapping of the cosmos, each breakthrough reflects a shared reality. Intelligence and technical progress are decoupling from massive scale and closed architectures. The systems succeeding in 2026 are defined by collaboration, modularity, and rapid specialization. For the investor, developer, or creator, navigating these modular systems has become a requirement, as the rigid structures of the past lose their advantage.